Hey guys, what's up? Bubba's coming at you with another D2 video today. We're on episode 4 of my class set video series, and today we're jumping right into the assassin Natalya's Odium set. So let's see what we got here. So for the set bonus, we have plus 3 assassin skills, 14 mana, 14 lifesteal, 350 defense, 50 all res, 30 damage reduction, and 15 magic damage reduction. Now, you can see there's no green text here. Green text is usually like some extra little set bonuses they give you on most of the other sets. And if you watch my last video with the Alder set, you'll know that I said that Blizzard pretty much gave up, because its little set bonuses were kind of bad. Well, you can see when they got to Assassin, they really gave up because there's none. There's no green text on any of this stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get in. First item, Natalya's Mark, Scissor Sawaya. Besides that sounding really cool to say, it's okay weapon. Not the best, but it's okay. Got some attack speed, enhanced damage, ignores targets defense, which is good, damage to demons, damage to undead, some extra fire, some cold, and it's got a socket, and I just went ahead and put Crushing Blow in there just to help out a little bit, since we're mostly always going to be hitting with this claw anyway. That's how our skills work. Our Phoenix Strike always hits with this claw, and our other skill, Dragon Claw, hits with both claws, so I figured a little added Crushing Blow couldn't hurt, especially for bosses and champion packs and whatnot. So overall, you're probably not going to use this claw much by itself, but with the set, it's not bad. Next, we have Natalya's Totem, Grimhelm. Has defense, strength, dex, some all-res, and some magic damage reduction. Again, they really don't want you to take magic damage as an assassin, I guess. You see I have it socketed with a 20 faster hit recovery Shale Rune. That's just to hit the next breakpoint in faster hit recovery, to help us out a little bit with this weird build, and we'll get into the weirdness later. So then we have Natalya's Shadow, Lorcerated Mail. We got 2 to Shadow Disciplines. We got defense. We got life based on character level. We have poison res. We have poison length reduced. Apparently we don't like poison damage either as an assassin. Then we got 3 sockets, which I have some enhanced damage and max damage jewels in. That's where the enhanced damage and maximum damage comes from. Why not put them in there? The last piece we have, Natalya's Soul Mesh Boots. This item's pretty dang good. Faster run walk, defense, heal stamina based on character level, cold res and lightning res. By itself, decent pair of boots. It only requires level 25, so you find these, pop them on, they're good to go. Yeah, that's it. Pretty simple set, not a lot of stats, really. So let's get into some of the other gear we've got going on. We've got a Mars for plus the skills, attributes, and some resists, which you see I need to just help cap all my resistances. For our other weapon, we're using Bar Tux, plus 2 assassin skills, martial arts, faster hit recovery. You see we got damage jewel in there. We got bonus attack rating, lifesteal, strength, dex. Overall, not a terrible weapon. Really great weapon. So yeah, we have it in here because we want Natalya's to just hit faster. Our Phoenix Strike is always going to hit with Natalya's, and then whenever we hit with Dragon Claw, it hits with both of these at the same time. So yeah. Then we got Ravenfrost, and then surprise, we have another Ravenfrost. You can put whatever ring you want here. I just chose another Ravenfrost because why not? And yeah, like I said, a lot of rings in D2 are good for certain situations. So just grab some unique rings like Nature's Peace, whatever. Dwarf Star. Just keep a few of them in your inventory for different situations. Make it nice. For belt, we've got the Dungos. Again, the 10 faster hit recovery helps us hit our breakpoint. And just everything else on Dungos is really good as well. Defense, vitality, replenish life, max stamina, damage reduced by 15%. Just really helps us out. With another build, this build's again lots of elements, so lifesteal and stuff doesn't help us as much. So getting that damage reduction as much as we can is nice. And it helps having Fade to get some damage reduction too, but we'll get into that. Then of course we have the best gloves, nay, the best item in the game once again, Laying of Hands, damage to demons, defense, fire res, attack speed, cast some Holy Bolt. Honestly, just put these gloves on all your characters. But no, really, like I love these gloves, and they deserve a spot here on our assassin. Next we got a CTA and a Spirit Shield, just because we need that battle orders to get some life. In our inventory we got Hellfire Torch, a Nihilist Charm, I've got one Shadow Discipline and a bunch of martial arts. And then I just have some poison damage charms. This basically is kind of like a open wounds sense, or like a prevent monster heal. This basically just, keeps it to where the monsters don't out heal in case I miss or something. The damage just helps a little bit. I do also have Venom though, so you can just pop Venom on instead. But I hate messing with Venom. You'll see when I get into the build, there's plenty in this build without having one more thing to put on. So yeah, for a mercenary, then just a simple Infinity Merc again. Infinity, Fortitude, and Dario's Visage. I actually think I said that right again. But yeah, again, this is an elemental build, so that's why we're using Infinity. Why not? You don't have to, but it helps. Helps with the immunes. The thing about our build is Phoenix Strike. You can do some fire, you can do some lightning, or you can do some ice. Obviously, the lightning is the best, so you always want to do charge 2. I'll get into more of that. Trust me, if you want to play this build, it's like you got to be like a mathematician, okay? It's not that bad, but we'll get into it. So, first thing you can see, I have traps. You're like, wait a minute, you got all these claw stuff, and now we're talking about traps. That's because they put this trap in the game called Death Sentry. For those Necro players out there, you know that Corpse Explosion is amazing. Well, guess what? We have Corpse Explosion on our Assassin. So this just helps us kill everything, because this is a melee build. So therefore, it does have some decent AoE, but this helps give us even more AoE to make sure stuff keeps dying, to make sure monsters don't keep rezzing. This is actually great for Nithalek too. But yeah, so we throw down Death Sentry just to help with our AoE. Go into Shadow Discipline. You can see pretty much 1 point into most everything here. What we really want is the Fade. We don't have to have a ton of Fade. This just helps get us a little more really damage reduction. I know it doesn't show here, but it does give you damage reduction. And this helps us just cap our damage reduction at the max. Plus, gives us a little overcap on our resistances and stuff like that. Again, like I said, I did grab Venom, so you can put that on if you want to instead of the poison charms. Got Shadow Master, that's what we'll keep up most of the time. We also have Burst of Speed for running around in town and stuff. It helps out. And then I did go ahead and put into Cloak of Shadows. We need it anyway to get to Shadow Master. And Mind Blast. These can be skills that can just help you if you get into a tricky spot. You can Mind Blast enemies, or you can Cloak of Shadow enemies, just to help out a little bit. Kind of spreads them out. I don't use it a lot because I've got this build now to where it's like super OP status. But earlier in the game, if you're trying to play Nat set, these can really help you out to just Mind Blast or Cloak of Shadow stuff down. And then our bread and butter here is the martial arts section. You can see we just go right down here and we go in the Phoenix Strike. Now, Phoenix Strike is what they call a charge up skill. And this is where the build gets kind of cool, but you do have to understand what's going on. So, you get one charge, which is a hit. You can cast Meteor, right? You get two charges up, which is two hits. You can cast Chain Lightning, which you can see does like 8,000 and some damage, up to 8,000 and some damage, which is really nice. That's what we want. Charge 3 will cast Chaos Ice Bolt, which doesn't do much damage, but it is a nice little AoE freeze that can help freeze up some enemies. So really what we're looking for is two charges. So then, if you have a charge up skill, you need a finishing move. So we're using Dragon Claw for our finish move, and it's just our finish move. So we basically will charge up 2 times with Phoenix Strike, and then we'll hit Dragon Claw, or we'll charge up 3 times and Dragon Claw to freeze enemies. But then we have a bunch of points in the Claws of Thunder. That's because it gives us added lightning damage for our Phoenix Strike. So that's why we pump up Claws of Thunder. You can put some points in the Dragon Flight, or 1 point in the Dragon Flight. This is basically a little teleport skill for Assassin, so it can kind of help you teleport around a little bit, but it is a finishing move, so you have to have at least one charge to it. But hey, you know, it is a kick, so you hit him with a kick, but, you know, whatever. It can still help you to teleport around. I don't use it with this particular build, but it can be used. So yeah, let's try to tell you how this stuff works. So let me put this in. Now I've got my Phoenix Strike over here. I got my Dragon Claw over here. Let me show you what each one does. I'm going through this light area. So if I hit once and then I charge, bam, you can see the meteor come down, right? If I hit twice and then I charge, you can see the lightning. See all that lightning? That's from charge 2. If I hit 3, 1, 2, 3, you can see that's the little ice bolt build. And you can see my freaking Infinity Merc, he just goes ham and kills everything before I get to show you guys. But you get the idea, right? You hit something once with Phoenix Strike, you uncharge it to cast a meteor. You hit something twice, and then use your finishing move, you cast Chain Lightning, which is what we want. If you charge it up 3 times, so you hit 3 enemies, then you do your finishing move. That unleashes your Chaos Ice Bolt, which is actually still a decent little skill. So if you mess up and do too many hits, don't worry. And as you can see, like, of course, this is like really trash stuff. So, you know, let's go fight something a little chunkier. And I'll try not to mess up, but I probably will because this build is ridiculous. But luckily I've got it powerful enough now where it doesn't matter too much. And I forgot cast Fade. I'll cast my Shadow Master, put down my thing, and you can see pretty insane. So yeah, Death Sentry does work with this. Ooh, that guy cast a little stomp. So again, let's go in. I'll pop down my Death Sentry. And then we'll start going to town here. And you can see Death Sentries do some work. And yeah, oh, there's a Shaco. Look at that, Shaco. So yeah, that's the build. I don't know what else to say. It does work. Does some really good work. So again, you can put on Venom if you like. I don't because I have the other charms. Cast your Shadow Master, keep your Death Sentry up, and try your best to get the charges down. And your Death Sentry will just demolish everything else. Yeah, I mean, you can see, like, this build does just fine. It's not as great against bosses, but, you know. You can see I'm not even keeping my Death Sentry up all that much. But Death Sentry is nice to help clean house a little bit. Ooh, these guys are going to hurt a little. And you can see one of the worst parts about this is mana. You gotta keep chugging those potions, which sucks because, like I said, we are doing a lot of elemental damage, so we're not taking advantage of a lot of this life and mana steal. So you gotta really watch out. I would probably use full rejuves. Pick up all the full rejuves and just use those instead of these, but whatever. But yeah, that's it. That's the assassin build. Works great. Even, you know, with not as awesome stuff as I have, it does okay. Obviously, it's easier with all this stuff, but you don't have to have all this insane gear. Just try to remember the basics of, you know, just trying to add a little damage at a time and keeping your resist capped. And yeah, you'll do just fine with the build. It's one of the crazier builds to play with all the charging up and finishing, and that's what makes it fun to me, is just being different from just, oh, cast hammers, teleport to the next guy, cast hammers. You know, it can be exciting. So, yep, that's it for me for the Natalia set, and I will see you guys in the next video.